How you guys doing? So first off, I'm Wayne. This is Zach. We are the beer guys. That tends to be how everybody knows who we are. We brought the beer, so please enjoy. Last year we brought 2 small kegs, and they were blown by 10:30. So we brought 4 big ones this year. So see how long it takes. First of all, I want to ask, does anybody know what DSC is? Huh? A couple? Okay. So DSC is desired state configuration Microsoft's come out with. Basically, you can decide the desired state that you want your servers in, and you set up a server that will push that desired state to them. So you can pull from that server, and your server will always be in that desired state. And workstations, servers for Microsoft. And Linux, does Linux, Microsoft, you will always have what you want your servers to be. So we started researching this, and really, we figured out DSC is awesome. If you really want to know about it, just Google it. Watch all Jeff Hicks videos. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Because the problem is not the tool. The problem we found is implementing the tool. And so we want to talk about that. It really kind of pissed us off because it's not the tool. The tool's awesome. It's very easy. Watch the videos. It's very easy. And we really started looking at the underlying issues with it. So I'm going to hand over to Zach because I was more going to go with how to actually do it. And so I'm going to let him go on his mad rant. Because that's it's not that angry. It's more about implement the actual policies and procedures that go behind it.
Pass the mic, yo.
Sweet. Cool, man. It's my first time wearing a mic like this. It's pretty cool.
How's it going, everybody? I don't need a microphone. Zach Whiten, CTO, Hardbit Solutions. That's Wayne. He's our lead geek. I kind of hijacked this whole thing from him. So desired state configuration, he went over it real quick. The more and more we used it, the more and more places we went, the more and more we saw people, piss poor planning, poor policies, and no procedures, the 4 Ps. They might have had 1 P, 2 Ps, PP. I just had to say that I'm glad we got that recorded. It's just, it's not the tool, you know, and we were going to give this awesome show about deploying EMET across 1 or a million machines at boot time using DSC, and we were like, forget it, man. You know, I got really passionate, got really angry. So let's tear it up, man. Next slide, homie. Cool, so delivery, right? Normally it's like high to low. Like your policies and procedures come down from the management gods and, you know, everybody. Oh, but system administrators, how many? Okay, security guys. Awesome. Programmers? Hobbyists. All right, cool, man. This whole concept is excellent. But like I said, it's the P's, man. So I'm going to jump back into this. So low to high. The concept of managing up. So everybody in the trenches, we come up with these whiz-bang ideas on new technologies, and a lot of times our management's too busy in meetings. And, you know, they're not hip to the newest cool stuff, or it takes a long time to implement. Or you show them and they're like, make it so, all the machines now, and that's a poor call. But it happens. And in reality, we do manage up. You know, workflows to the capable. Some guy, Barry Hensley told me this, super old, crusty guy. I was bitching about work one day, and he goes, dude, you know why you're so busy? And I go, no, what, man? He's like, workflows to the capable. And this kind of strikes a chord with DSC. And by the way, I'm going to reiterate DSC the whole time, because let's face it, this technology solves business human problems. It's not the end-all, be-all, but it helps solving the problem, and usually the problem is people or a business need. So I'm really trying to scare folks off because, you know, saying IT for a living or security, infosec, cyber, whatever, people think like you play with computers. You get paid to play with computers. No, we don't. We get paid to solve business problems We get paid to support companies. We get paid to allow people to communicate, hopefully safely. And DSC will help that. Let's go next slide, man. So here's the terms to be familiar with in some of them. You know, there's billions of them, but these are funny. Look at them, man. This is what we do. It's a combination of how we do things, why we do things, all these other control sets. What could help us? You know, I mean, look at that. That's insane. Drift. Drift is my favorite term that is like super popular this year. Okay, so if you have a machine that's set a certain way today and you go to check on it tomorrow and it's not set that way, you had a drift. I don't know if this is like a Fast and the Furious term. Like, it's just, it's awesome. I just love it. I'm glad it's hip because it's short and I could spell it. Orchestration I had to look up. I'm not lying. But I mean, Wayne and I live our lives somewhere around here. You know, we're NIST, NERC, HIPAA, SOX, we're compliance nerds. And seeing the overlying technologies that could help us do our job, like DSC, it's fun, but then, like I said, man, the implementations are horrible. Let's go again. So you already heard me say about the 4 Ps, people, plan, process, policy. It's kind of simple. It's almost too simple. Like, we were just talking to a good buddy of ours upstairs, and he has all this, but he doesn't have this. What the fuck? And then, like, you know, most places you go, you have a shit ton of this, but no this. And there's like no driver. You know, people are making sure computers are up and working, but they're not like enforced anywhere. There's no accountability. And as long as people can log on to the internet, their business is happy. I mean, as long as your website's up, people are cool with it. It's nuts. Next, please. So let's talk about people, man. 7 billion people on the earth. 1.5 billion Windows machines. That's amazing. Billions more run Linux. So if you do the math, and you have, like, say, hypothetically, 4 billion machines on the planet, there's 7 billion people, that's, yeah, here we go. So you got 4 billion people not connected. It would be an injustice to connect them, and we are in a rush to connect them. Africa's blowing up, all these underpopulated, these third world countries, we're dumping connectivity to them. It's an injustice not to be secure when we hand them any type of connectivity. I think it's completely wrong that we're rushing, pushing out connectivity without it being secure. Can DSC help? Yeah, it can. Let's go, man. Process. That's the definition of it, right? Series of actions. A mandate. Court of law. This is what I love. A lot of people forget that. You know, if you're right to due process, right? But if you think about what you do every day, it involves people. You have to do something. So you have to sit there and think about how you're going to do it. What's the process I'm going to use? So you get a new technology, DSC, it's hot shit, right? I could tell a million machines how to be, where to be, whatever. The control drift, push EMET from the start, reiterate the talk before us, that whack stack attack. I mean, EMET helps. You can deploy it at boot. Awesome. But make it so. You know, your management's just going to go make it so. There's going to be nothing driving it. It just pisses me off, man. Write it down, put it in a book, hold someone accountable, hold a group accountable, go, here's the process that we're going to use to push out this new technology. We're going to manage it. Because how many of you guys are single points of failure at your company? Come on, don't be modest. Come on, raise your hand. There you go. You get hit by a bus. What happens, man? Boom. How did Joe Blow connect this web server? Oh shit! Run the new scans. Rerun the scan of the network. Where are we? What's our posture? Constant guesswork. It's fucking insane. It's not. The answer we see a lot is rerun the scan. No, don't rerun the scan, man. Rerun your desired states. Push out your states. Who cares about the scan? Push out your states. Check event logs. If you don't have any drift, your scans are fucking good. Next. So what do we need processes for? Well, I mean, think about it, man. Provisioning, orchestration. Management pisses me off when they think orchestration is provisioning and provisioning is orchestration. They're two different fucking technologies, man, and they use them interchangeably. It's crazy. So that tells me, if they don't understand these two terms, how the hell can they understand a technology that operates them? So back to reference Jack upstairs, you have to educate your management. You have to take the time, break it down into pictures, graphs, tetragraphs, I don't give a shit, whatever. And you seriously need to show them and tell them this is how the technology works so they can make an educated decision on how to push it out. Yeah, okay, so the debate part. Can security baselines be a repeating function? Can they? What do you guys think? I got 100 servers to push out by tomorrow in a virtual environment. Can I make them all the same? Sure. Can I make them all the same when they're SQL, webs, application servers, file servers? No, they all have different security postures, right? Under your compliance measures, you need different controls on those different types of servers because they're running different apps. You cannot, SQL, prime example. Somebody has to be a member of the auditors group, allow management through auditing, right? Yeah, that's not really good if you put a service account in there. Because now that someone nails that machine, they can pivot all over the place using that auditor account who now has access to everything. But SQL needs it to start. SQL will not start if it can't log. That's crazy. But a baseline, you have a DSC baseline on how your SQL boxes start up, registry keys, software platforms, how logs, anything you want to do in a Windows world, you can do through DSC. You can write your own function, push out in a repository. It's amazing. It's almost overbearing because we already do the technologies. Group policy objects, right? How many Windows nerds in here use GPOs? Come on, raise your GPO nerd hands. Okay. So I know what you're thinking right now. What's the difference between a group policy object and DSC? Group policy objects, Wayne brought up a good point yesterday. You never really know they're applied. You can create a group policy, throw it in your AD structure, push out to a bunch of machines. You have to, and especially if you inherit the network, you don't know if they're first, second, priority, right? You don't know if your registry setting is going to get trumped somewhere. DSC, every time that damn machine starts up, it's set. Every time it checks into your push or pull server to check for drift, it's set. If it was set to something else, that bitch turns it back to whatever you told it to in the first place. It's wicked. So what's the difference between group policies? Okay, so I push a registry key in group policy. Some jerk has elevated privileges, changes it, turns off UAC or something, right? Everybody hates UAC, right? Okay. So somebody turns it off, and group policy updates every 15, 5 minutes, whatever the hell you have it set to, right? Does it change it back? No, it takes a fucking reboot. It takes a reboot to log off, log on. Desired state, make it so, right? JeffX, do the JeffX. And it takes effect right there. It's freaking amazing. Let's go. Policy. A definite course of action. You know, that putting definite in there kind of, it's jacked up. Because business changes, goals change. So when you say your policy is written in stone, I'm a firm believer in having a policy, but it's open for interpretation, you know, sometimes. Like certain parts of it you can scale back and forth. Like today, if some compliance measure deems this registry key should be set to a 1 today, and you push it out using DSC, and then tomorrow it comes out and goes, oh, we fucked up, it should be a 0, sorry for making you vulnerable for a day and a half or whatever, right? You should change it. All you do is update your DSC little repository script, boop, 0, update, those machines push, pull, solid, rock solid. But the whole policy thing, man, I mean, how many people actually know where the policies are where they work? Like, how many people? Oh, 111? Why, do you write them? Do you write them? Oh, she nods. Oh, that's the only. How many people in your organization know where the policies are but you? Okay. Did you just push it out in an email? Okay, because nobody read that shit.
How many followers? How many followers?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a fine line between policy, but remember, man, the whole process could be legal. So, you can't have a policy without a process. So, you may be breaking the law if you're jacking up your policies. Next, man. More things I get angry over. Oh, man. DSC and other frameworks. Why? Because they're a necessity. How many users do you guys have or customers think a computer is theirs and one of a kind? No, it's controlled, man. It's controlled. Like, these people think they're a gem that they found in Minecraft that's like theirs or something. It's crazy. But the desired state, man, it's going to go further. I mean, is the popularity of Windows phones, That was a joke. You can control those through DSC, all kinds of stuff, man. How many people like security standards, right? You can streamline them. Oh, I already do that through group policy and this and that. Okay, yeah, okay, whatever. DSC will help you. So this got me pissed, man. This gets me so angry. This is a direct correlation of shit rolling downhill and us managing up. So 2014, breaches out the ass, right? Breaches all over the place. Massive fucking breaches. Billions of dollars. And then, the Fed pushed for more security. Well, how do they do it? The president's like, well, we need to do da-da-da-da-da. So what happens? He gets shot the fuck down. Congress is like, I'm not going to let you mandate our security postures. Go to hell. So what they pass? What do you propose in January? Cyber insurance. Cybersecurity insurance. We need to change career fields because that is a moneymaker, man. So we can't have secure systems at boot. This is what this tells me. Who cares? Let's start an entire new fucking industry. Led by people who use computers who don't know how to secure shit anyway. One of the first questions, so I called one of the places, Chase, and I was like, hey man, do you guys offer cybersecurity insurance? I go, yeah. I go, okay, cool. They're like, my business, totally fictitious. What do I need? They go, well, we need a list of your high priority systems and their attack history. What the fuck? If I knew that, I wouldn't be getting attacked and I wouldn't need insurance, right? Well, so what if you do give it to them? What if you give them the whole fucking stack of here's all my attacks? Then that insurance company gets nailed. Now that insurance company has all the records to all the systems that have open vulnerabilities and they know how you got exploited before. What kind of fucking system is that? It's just this right here. If I don't start a cybersecurity insurance company like tomorrow, there's something wrong with me. This is a fucking moneymaker for doing nothing. So I'm angry. Does that stuff get you angry? I'm mad.
It gives us false sense of security because companies are like, oh, well, I have insurance. If I get hacked, I have insurance. Well, is that good or bad? Oh, so we got hacked, all this information's gone, oh, insurance, just pay it. We don't care anymore. They don't care.
And all this came from DSC, by the way, all this anger. Next slide, please, bud. DSC and InfoSec. So, DSC, this goes back to last year I brought up SAs versus SAs. System administrators are really your first-line security administrators. Sysadmins, dude, you got all the keys to the kingdom. You can jack over anybody anytime you want. Or you follow policy and procedure and you make sure you're secure. Well, then the IA team or whoever security guy comes along and goes, oh, I ran your scans, good job or bad job, and then you get pissed and do whatever you do again. But can DSC be good for InfoSec? There's a lot out there already. EMET's one of them. It's sweet. How else can it be utilized? Well, we were going to come here and show you something really whiz-bang and all nerded out and code and stuff, but we decided to do this because there's 183 repositories now, today, on the PowerShell something or other website that they offer for free. So 183 repositories. Each of those repositories has countless things inside those repositories. If you need something in DSC, chances are it's already written. There's 16 of them on deploying EMET alone. Take your pick. Download one, look at the code, adjust it for your environment, push it out. All your machines have EMET now. Good job. High five. Can it be exploited? Well, that's kind of up for debate. So, push and pull servers. What if I access a pull server and change all your scripts to load something sweet that I need as a backdoor all the time? How do you manage the DSC configs? This is a whole other talk, right? If you exploit those DSC files, can you own the network like never before? Do you need to pivot? Do you need to get accounts and Mimikatz and am I caught today? Am I there tomorrow? Run a service? No. You could technically cause a lot of sweet damage. But, so yeah, hell yeah, it can be exploited. I want to read about it though, so why don't you guys do it? So why was DSC even needed? We do complicated things, right? How complicated are they? I don't know. Read your policies. Follow your procedures. Are they really that complicated? If you take your policy that says you must do this on all systems and write a tiny function and throw it in DSC, policy, procedure enforced, good to go. But, I don't know, it's a pain in the ass. So, what's the next slide, man? That's it, man. We are Hardbit Solutions. That's Wayne. I'm Zach. Actual Brewing, we brought the beer. I try to keep it quick. That's it. Thanks. For the beer. It's for the beer. But I want to open up for questions. Any questions? Any questions? Come on. My favorite beer? Yeah. The ones that are free. What's up, man?
Basic question. The DSC is a Microsoft tool?
Yeah.
Standalone?
It's if you're running Server 2012 or Windows 8.1 or PowerShell 4, you got it. And it's like git-dsc configuration and boop, solid start. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I think you got to load that service pack for PowerShell 4.
Right.
But
Then it'll be there.
yeah, WMI like version 4 stuff, and you should be good to go. Yeah, it's wicked. It's wicked. There's a million YouTube videos out there already. DSC desired state configuration. You know, we weren't going to give you another YouTube video because there's some 9-year-old kid who has an awesome video. What's way cooler than me? But any other questions? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so push versus pull systems.
Yeah.
What are, obviously that's probably a whole talk in and of itself. What is a brief overview of the
Cool. Really quick, really easy. You want to take it?
Yeah, so push system, I basically put all my DSC configs on the push system, and server boots up, I push it to it.
Okay.
A pull system, the server boots up, it goes to the same server and pulls it down.
It's where the
So
config lies, you know.
set it up and say, I want you to push every 10 minutes. And it'll push out to every server every 10 minutes, or you tell the server, pull it every 10 minutes.
Or check. Or you can just go check. And if there's drift, change it. Or if there's drift, send it to an event log server, let me know who the hell's logged in, send the policy Nazis down there to that person's desk, and then while they're there, have them pick up the phone, and I push to re-push the, I mean, you can get crazy, tricky, wicked, awesome with this stuff.
Okay.
It's really cool. Anyway, yeah, but
So, yeah, you mentioned obviously the different policies per type of system, right?
Linux 2, sorry.
Yeah, so different policies per system, as we would have with a lot of our policy-like stuff, right? And I don't know if you're familiar with the CIS benchmarks.
Yeah.
Is there something similar for these specific configurations that maybe you guys have or something like that?
So we've been working on this thing, right? There's a lot of kick-ass repositories out there for DSC, but what we see there's like business needs, like I need this pushed, I need that pushed. I would love to see a repository, SOX, HIPAA, SCAP, this and that, blah blah blah. So you go, oh, SCAP server 2008 R2, I need that config, send it out to all my servers. Come run my scans, IA guys come in, I'm compliant. Not only is my machine compliant, my business is compliant, we get certified for whatever we're doing and we march on. I mean, this tool has so much potential and I'm really concerned that it's not going to be used incorrectly, or exploited. Which, whatever.
So do you see someone doing that though? I mean, do you see someone?
Could be in the works.
Yeah, we could. Hardbit could be working on something. Yeah. Might be. Yes.
So, my question is, for our environment, we've already got our standard users handled, and we've already got, you know, a shitload of monitoring for privileged user and of escalation. But how, and if anybody can answer this, how are you managing the same type of environment that allows flexibility for developers?
That's one of the downsides of DSC. DSC is very good at managing your server. Because when you set a configuration, it is set, period. There's not the flexibility within DSC to do user preference. When you start dealing with users, like this user has this user has that, because it's on a machine basis.
I got to butt in because I'm going to get pissed off here. So if your developers are doing development on their workstation for their company, that drives me crazy. Have a VM environment that they VPN into and they could fuck that up all day long. I mean, do not let them have any tools on your company's machines. That blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, As a developer manager, as the developer that manages the workstations for his group, that's how we do it. So the workstations have RDP and a browser, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then everything's on the
Bingo. Good one, man. Good. Any other questions? Sweet. Cheers, man. Let's drink some beers.